Hey, what is up, guys? It's Chaos here with the Chaos Scouting Regiment checking in. Um, Here to do The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 9, Rockin' the Road review. So, big break last time through the mid-season finale, and pretty much picks up where it left off. The Maggie up at Hilltop trying to make Gregory do something. Um, Gregory and his humor, calling Ricky and Maggie Margaret, I think he called her. So they're trying to get them to do something against the Saviors because obviously everyone's fed up with their bullshit. Um, Eventually, Rick and them, they all have their meeting. Gregory kind of turns them down, but the people are starting to turn to Maggie to be potentially their new leader, kind of like in the book. Um, there's a lot of stories developing in the show right now. It's kind of jumping all over the place. There's just so much going on. You got the Saviors thing going on. You got Ezekiel and the Kingdom, their story over there. You got the Hilltop, their story, and then you got all these weird side stories going on, which one of them may or may not have just completely disappeared, which just baffles me. The Wolves, is that what they were called? The guys with the W's carved in their head? They don't exist in the books. I think they were called the Wolves or something like that. What the hell happened to those guys? you know? And then you got that tribe of just women that, I can't remember what her name is. Anyways, she discovered them. Um, I We haven't seen them since. I assume when this war breaks out, Rick and them are gonna meet them somehow, and they're gonna lend them their guns, or maybe the people at the end of this episode were those people. I'm not really sure. And then you got the Carol side story. Like, there's a lot going on right now. It's just there's a lot of jumping back and forth, which is cool. But anyways, overall, I thought this episode was pretty good. Probably like an 8 out of 10, maybe close to 9. It wasn't amazing, so I'm kind of hesitant to give it a 9. I've seen some people give it a 9 plus, stuff like that. It was a 7 or 8. It was a good episode. It wasn't bad, wasn't amazing, but it was a good way to start up the season finale, or the start up from the mid-season finale. Sorry. Um, so we got the whole Gregory thing developing there. Rick and them finally get to meet the kingdom. You get to meet King Ezekiel. And Shiva, I think, is his tiger's name is. It's been a while. Um, Rick, when he first meets Ezekiel, he's like, "Shit, you've got a tiger," and Ezekiel's like, "Oh, you're probably surprised, got this tiger here." But anyways, he gives him the kind of spiel, we're not happy with the Saviors. You're not happy with the Saviors. The Hilltop's not happy with the Saviors. I bet anybody that has met these guys and girls and all these Negans are not happy. Let's do a coup. Um, Ezekiel kind of says, I'll think on it. I'll sleep on it. I'll give you this decree. Rick gives him the story. But anyways, in the end, he says kind of no, but I can't remember the dude's name. I probably should have did a little bit of background rereading the comic or rewatching the episode because I honestly can't remember the guy's name. But Ezekiel's like right hand man kind of guy, the guy that's in charge of all those like defenses or whatever. He's totally for this. This is what he's been looking for. So he kind of walks with Rick and tells him, I might just try and work on him a little bit. Um, we're gonna keep this in our back pocket. Things gonna develop, and they're eventually gonna, I'm pretty sure, join forces. It's what happens, in the book. But everything doesn't have to follow the book. I know I do say a lot of in the book kind of stuff. Like I said before, things do not have to follow word by word what happens in the graphic novel at all. If they do a good job at portraying a different story, that is cool because I don't know what the hell is going to happen. That is pretty cool, I think. But anyways, that being said, they leave, they head back, and then there's all these cars parked in the middle of the highway. The steel wire with TNT tied to it with a tripwire kind of detonating device. And then it gets all stressful because they want these RPGs, these TNT things, and they gotta like get them off the steel wire without setting them off and then blowing up, and this huge horde of zombies is just coming at them, right? And yeah, so it's really tense. Adds a lot of suspense and kind of craziness to the episode, right? Gives a lot of kind of action. They make it out, go to the end. They get inspected by I'd have to say his lieutenant. Negan's man comes to check up and see if Daryl's there. He's not. They left him with Ezekiel, which is a good move because obviously they're gonna come look there first, right? They tear the place apart, and then they realize they got no food or supplies in their pantry, and they're like, "You're lucky this isn't a pickup day. We'll see you in a couple though, so you better go bust your balls." They leave, and Rick and them, this is the first they've seen of the pantry of why it's so empty. And it was Gabriel, because we seen that at the start of the episode, I believe, right around the start. And then the episode kind of ends off when they go to try and look for Gabriel, and they go back to the boat where they found all those crazy like AK-47s, assault rifles, ammunitions, all that stuff, right? They find all that. And then, they go back to the boat. A little bit sidetracked, sorry. They go back to the boat area. And they see a footprint, that boot at the mid-season finale that was watching them. And they're like, shit, this boot print's kind of fresh or whatever. This is, someone's been here. They follow it, and then all these people come out and just keep coming out. And Rick, he does this, hey, he's not too worried about whoever he just saw. So, that's kind of a little bit all over the road. Man, I got to try and stay more on track. I know I'm sorry about that, but that's pretty much the episode in a nutshell, right? So a lot of good humor in the episode. That's a plus. That's why I liked it. Gregory, his nickname Ricky. That's hilarious. I've never heard Rick called Ricky before. What else did I want to kind of brush up here? Things that really helped the episode and make it interesting definitely were the humor, the tying, the building of the story of the hilltop, how it's starting to see a switch in power up there. Rick's back in charge, everybody's kind of backing him. The whole kingdom story starting to develop a little bit more, and all the unity about to come together. But then you had the whole TNT taking it off, like, are they gonna blow up? Obviously they're not, but all that kind of stuff, it all came together, made a pretty good episode. I'd say 7.58. It's pretty good. It's gonna be really good, I think, to give it a 9+. So 7.58, right around there. But is Gabriel a traitor? Did he just take all their shit in peace? No, I don't think so. They've kind of developed his character that he's got his shit together and he's there for the team kind of thing, right? I think he knew they're just going to get picked bone dry, and he kind of said, I'm going to take things into my own hands to help them. I'm going to take all this stuff, stash it for an emergency stash or whatever, get the hell out of here, and then leave them some kind of a trail to come find me. Blah, blah, blah. So, I had to rewatch that clip a couple times because I didn't see what was in that book when Rick was flipping through the Bible and all that stuff. It said boat. I thought it said bait or something like that. And that's how they ended up at the boat anyways in the end. But I don't know who those people are. I think they're that tribe of women that Erica or whatever her name is ran into. But there was a couple males there with them, and I thought they said all the males were dead, and I didn't see any in that whole little story thing. Who is Rick smiling at the end? My guess is going to have to be Gabriel. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's somebody he recognizes for him to smile like that. I think Gabriel found these people and kind of said, we got a problem. And even though they probably would have killed him on sight, I don't know how that even worked, unless these are different people. But That's my guess. I think it might be that tribe of women and Gabriel or something like that. Because I can't really think who else that would be right now off the top of my head. um, now is Andrew's boyfriend kind of gotta go against the group? I'm not sure because he's not alive in the book, so they got a little bit of playroom there, right? And that's what I like about them doing things a little bit differently per se. Is when you do stuff like that, you can kind of change how things happen. So I'm not sure because Jesus's story is gonna get in the book. It gets a little bit different. So people he gets involved with and stuff like that. So uh, I think he might kind of screw them over a little bit at some point, just to throw a wrench into the plan. He's going to be that ace in the pocket for the producers to kind of play with, since it's going to be different than the book. Um, yeah, I think Gabriel's actually helping them out. That's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to talk about and kind of go on about, anyways, right? So, but my biggest rant is they got to stop introducing these stories and not finishing them or having any relevance for a long time. The wolves, you know, where the hell did they go? What importance do they have now, and will they have? It's kind of like, in season 1 or 2, whatever, that CDC thing, that whole whatever happened back then. It's almost like it didn't happen. They don't recognize it. It's like Dragon Ball GT not being recognized by the fans or by the creator of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball and all that stuff. It's not canon. So I don't know. Will the wolves reappear? I don't see why they would reappear, but I'm not sure where they went either and what the point of them was in the first place. They got to stop doing this weird thing. They have enough story going on at the moment. You don't have to introduce a bunch of more random stuff just because to stretch it out for filler and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of good story to be told, and to be told properly, in The Walking Dead. So, that's pretty much it. Leave me a comment down below. I'm trying out a different setup. I'm going to be getting a new microphone for recording down the road, but for now I just have kind of a weird setup. Not wearing the headset anymore. Think it looks a little bit better for the videos, and yeah, I'm gonna try and stick with putting out regular content now, week to week, for The Walking Dead, and anything else I review from here on out. I'm gonna be doing a review for The Resurrection of F. I finally watched it. Don't crucify me. Sorry. I should have watched it a long time ago. I'm a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, anime fan. Love it all. And I just was so tied up in all these other animes and shows, I just forgot, and it kept getting by me. But now that I started watching Dragon Ball Z Super, I finally, right when I got to the arc right now where Frieza gets resurrected, I stopped because I wanted to go watch the movie first, then watch the show and see the differences. But anyways, I'm gonna put a review for that next. And yeah, just let me know down below what you thought of the video, what you think of what Gabriel's doing, who that was at the end of the episode, and what happened to the wolves. Where'd they go? Who are they? What? Anyways, Chaos signing out. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.